Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you everyone new and old for stopping by. I really appreciate your company, and for those of you that come and watch. I want to try dyeing some lace with the one thing I forgot to get, just a second, with some walnut stain. Looks like this is separated out quite severely. Now, if you use these Oxide inks, they are not permanent at all. So you would have thought I would have shaken that up ahead of time, but that would be like knowing I wanted to do this video and planning and not having worked all day after a week off and being like I have to be retrained in all ways. So what I have are some bits of lace. I probably won't use that one for multiple reasons. I've got what I want to try using is I want to try using this GAC 900. It's a fabric painting medium, and it's meant to keep acrylic ink permanent on fabric. So I'm wondering if it might work to keep Distress Oxide permanent on, well, not fabric, but lace. Oh, look. And if you leave the lid open and you wind up with it all over your mat. So, let me just like, waste not, want not, that kind of thing. So what I did, I've got a little bit of water in there. It's probably less than a quarter cup. You're supposed to use this stuff 1-to-1. So I'm not sure how that will work if I put water in it, if I'm going to need 1 times the amount of or twice the amount of GAC 900 as I would put in if I was just doing like I don't know exactly what I'm going to need to do. And I do seem a little all over the place because my brain is like a little bit fried. Like I said, I had a whole week off and then I went back to work, and it's, I don't know, I always feel like I need to be retrained when I go back to work after a week off. Like it's not like it's difficult. It's just like, I don't know, like you look at your inbox and you go, I don't know what to do with those. I should probably have put the Distress Oxide in there before I threw all the lace in there, but I don't think it'll make that much difference. I kind of want the lace to be a little bit damp before I put the Distress Oxide on it anyway. So I'm going to get that a little wet. And then, I don't know, maybe about like that. I'm going to put 4 drops of the Distress Oxide, which might be a bit much. I'm not exactly sure. And I'm going to use some of this forest moss in there just to give it a little bit. I don't know. I don't like the way that the green Distress Oxides react with water. I find they go yellow instead of, I don't know, like and yellow is my least favorite color, so I don't really like how it works, but I'm gonna see, maybe it'll be fine with the GAC 900 and the lace. I'm going to put 2 drops of that in there. And might put, oh, look at, do you see how that's like, do you see that? It was like going all weird. It's almost like it's oxidizing. And it probably is because there's water in there. It's probably doing its oxidization thing on its own. And I have a lid. Try to find the right lid. And I'm just going to give this a little shake to try to make a big mess all over my desk. Like that. I am really doing well. I need retraining in more ways than one. So, sorry if this glares with the plastic of this tub. Try to get that all around. This is going to be really messy. If you do it as well, it will be super messy. Now, it says that you need to heat set it. It says heat press 1 to 2 minutes at 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Or you can use a clothes dryer for 30 to 40 minutes on high. And for thicker applications, use golden silk screen fabric gel. Heat set as follows. Oh, iron, 3 to 5 minutes medium heat, which is what I am going to try. I am also going to try my heat gun. And I'm hoping that works. Now, what I want to do is get a baby wipe and clean off my fingers a little to start with. Not that I need to, because I'm going to make it worse. I'm going to use just a regular piece of copy paper and probably something like wax paper over top to absorb the water so it doesn't get all over my iron. Because the last thing I want is Oxide ink on my iron. So just give me a minute and I'll do some pressing. My fingers now look a bit like I've been playing in the dirt. I don't think I've ever seen my fingers turn that color when I've used Distress ink, and I barely touched it. But my fingers are purple, so interesting. So far, we have some interesting effects. Some of the laces you can see are barely changed. Like that's hardly any color at all from the one to the other. A little bit, but not much. Others have some nice color going on. Let's not consider that one. But look at that one. That one turned, oh, it was brown to begin with. That may be why. So it turned kind of this almost pinkish, about the color of my fingers. So that's interesting. The other thing I find very interesting is look at what you get on the paper. So let's do a little play. I have some water, just a spray bottle of water. So first thing, I'm not sure, I don't remember which one of these. So let's just give that a spritz and see if it oxidizes. I don't think, it already looks like it's oxidized a bit. Like you can see some color change in some of the corners. So, and of course I'm not prepared with paper towel. One more minute. Hopefully the back end of the napkin is paper towel enough. No color at all coming up off of that. No color at all. I don't think you can hear the excitement in my head going on right now. This makes Distress Oxides permanent. And because there's water in that, when you put it down, you get oxidization results. And look, I've used lace as like an embossing medium on paper. And it's, I'm kind of a little excited. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is just like so cool. So cool. Yes, it is like nothing is coming up at all. Oh, I'm so excited. So excited. Now what do I do with my lace? Yeah. So lace, 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 and lace. Make sure there's no ink on that. And let's put our water on the edge of all of these and see if the color stays on there. If not, it could just be that I didn't heat set it long enough. Okay, some color is coming off, definitely. But like I said, that could mean I need to heat set it for longer. It's not a lot, though. And some of these it's hard to tell because they didn't take up a lot of color to begin with. Like there's very little color on this one. Oh, maybe there is a fair bit of color. Look at the difference. So even with that coming off, I think that maintained a fair bit of color. Okay, so that's that. Now the other thing is, I need a piece of paper on my desk. So the next thing, I have a couple little pieces left in here, and this is why my fingers are the color they are. Because I took out some of the color to begin with so that they weren't soaking wet when I ironed them, so it didn't get all over my ironing board. And I'm going to wipe off a bit of that. Try to move this out of my way. Sorry about my arm. And now I'm going to use my heat gun. Not sure about that one, mostly because it felt like I was going to burn my fingers off. I think those are dry. Now, that one is not that one, but it's similar. It's more, it had more yellow to it to begin with. And then this one is, yeah, this one's this. So that one is definitely darker, but again, more of a cream color to begin with. Interesting that this one that started out cream went to pink with the iron, and this one with the heat gun retained its walnut stain. I was trying to remember what color that was. I'm wondering then, and you also get you get a pile of sludge in the center, but no real color. So, oh, I used a different. Let's use a different. Use this lid and see if the color comes off. Yes, much more color comes off. Look at how much color comes off with the heat gun. So I'm going to say the iron is a more successful way of doing it. Plus you get oxidization as it's drying onto your paper, and whatever you put on your paper is permanent. So this did not fully oxidize. So let's try ironing it and see what happens. Okay, again, you get some of the discoloration on the paper. And I do think that that might have worked better, because you can see that that cream color that was quite similar to this, the cream color of this one, they're now both a similar, almost dusty rose color. I haven't used Vintage Violet. I don't have Vintage Violet as a ink, but that in my head is what Vintage Violet would look like. Very interesting to me, because both of those have a green in them, so you wouldn't expect them to go pink, or that dusty rose. Let's see. I went to pick this piece of lace up, and it's not lace. Give that a spritz. Try to find a piece of that with no color on it so that we can see whether or not color came off. Hard to tell because there was blue on that. Let's try where there's no blue. Where there's no blue. No blue. Huh. Barely any. Barely any. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. And best part, that feels still like lace. Like there's no difference to the feeling of it to what normal lace would feel like. It's got the same, like, the same feel. Okay, that has more color. Hard to say whether that's from my hands or from the lace. I think it might be from the lace. Again, that could just be that I haven't heat set it long enough. It could also be the type of the lace, that some of them hold color better than others. Despite the fact that that's almost a pink color, I'm pretty happy with the results for that and that. I am now going to turn my camera off and just go and, because I have some of that mixture left, dye pieces of lace and see what happens. And until next time, this is to say, if you have, like, I've had this GAC 900 for I don't know, 20 years, 15, 20 years. You can see I've used most of it, and that's because I used to make art quilts. And if you print on with an inkjet printer, most things are not permanent on copy paper at all, or fabric for that matter. And I was trying to find methods of printing on fabric that are permanent. And I had the GAC 900 before I ran across Bubble Jet set. which is another product that unfortunately I destashed it when I got my laser printer, and now I wish that I still had it because I'm back to an inkjet. But anyway, if you have products in your stash from other applications like art quilts or art whatever, test them out, see what will happen, see if you can get results, like because dyeing lace is a really good way to make it look vintage, but if you're using distress oxides, it's kind of frustrating to go to all the work of dyeing a lace and then not having it permanent. If you're doing any wet applications later, you lose all the effect of having gone, like even glue, like even putting glue on your lace. You've destroyed what you did dyeing it. So this might give us an option for a way of doing lace this permanent. So until next time, I hope you have a really lovely crafty day. Bye!